Hi, everybody. Come on in. This is spur of the moment, as usual. I wasn't going to come on today, but I'm feeling a little bit better now. So I'm like, let's just pop on for a little bit. Hi, Dee. Come on in, honey. Good to see you. Hit the thumbs up, please, everybody, as you're coming in the door. Okay, I want to look at some stuff as everybody else. Come on in, everybody. Okay. WJHL. What else is there? Boy, this one YouTube channel, I keep reporting every single video, the fake AI channel. Yeah, so don't watch this channel called Crime Veil New. It's all fake, all of it. And then there's also Crime Veil. It's all AI, it's fake. Excuse me. Okay, I guess we'll just do the WJHL stuff. And then we'll have a bit of a discussion, I guess. Come on in. Hi, Lane. Hi, Susie. Yeah, yeah. I was going to come on earlier today, but I'm having a really bad day, and I didn't know if I would be able to make it on or not. Didn't know if I could do this or not. So just be warned, there might be a period where I might all of a sudden just start crying. So just bear with me if I do. I have a relative in ICU right now with heart failure, and I'm pretty worried. Like I'm waiting for the phone to call any minute, and I will need to quickly pack a bag and get on the next airplane out. So yeah. Hi, Stormy Sky. Come on in, everybody. Hit the thumbs up. And I lost my job yesterday. So it's been a double whammy kick in the teeth the last couple of days. I got laid off from my dispatch job. So it's been rough. And then I wake up this morning to the news that my relative was taken away in an ambulance, and they are 84 years old, and they're in ICU, and it's bad. So yeah, but the one thing I'm trying to focus on is this positive news. We have a little bit of positive news here, and I want to try and focus on that. Yeah, so hi, Cookie K. Thank you so much, hon. Hi, Lori. Thank you so much. I can't even read. I just lost my niece to heart failure. I hope that, oh, I'm so sorry, Lori. Yeah, well, let's just put it, this person was sick. They've been sick since my wedding, which was September 20th. And they've been sick and sick and sick and never got any better and wasn't getting any better. And some of us in the family were like, get your ass to the doctor, go to the doctor. And of course, they're stubborn, won't go. And then they had to call an ambulance this morning because their legs were swollen right up. On top of that, they can't breathe and all that, right? So I was thinking it was pneumonia. I told them the other day, I'm like, I think you've got pneumonia. Get your ass to the doctor. But they're saying it's heart failure. And there's blood involved. So it's a little bit scary. So yeah. And I lost my job. So things have been real shit on top of the shit I was already dealing with. So bear with me here as we go through this, because yeah. Hi, Cat H. Hi, Kiwi Gal. Thank you for coming in, ladies. Okay, so I'm sure all of you have already seen this footage, but I'm going to go over it again just to get a context of what we're going to go over, right? Hi, Diana. You love the body lotions and the essential oils. Thank you so much, honey. I'm glad to hear that. Yay. Okay, so let's do a share screen. And let's watch this little clip here. Okay, so this was from earlier today, WJHL.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation tells us TBI and FBI has searched an area this past week in the continued search for Summer Wells. It's our breaking news tonight.
It's been more than 4 years since Summer Wells was last seen. The then 5-year-old was reported missing from her home in the Beach Creek community in Hawkins County.
There's been no sign of the little girl since, and law enforcement from several agencies have worked countless tips over the years. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniels spoke with TBI, who says the case is far from cold. Ansley?
Yeah, Sarah and Casey, there have been more questions than answers since Summer Wells disappeared from her home in Hawkins County on June 15th of 2021. But today, the TBI confirmed that their agents, along with the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office and the FBI, continue to investigate what happened to Summer. They say that last week, on November 13th, their agents, along with the detectives, were at a location in the 3500 block of Van Hill Road in Greenville, following up on a lead in the case. That's about 9.5 miles from the Wells family home on Ben Hill.
So following up on a lead in the case, that's a really good sign. That means somebody has most likely submitted a tip that was legit and it actually was important.
Road via State Route 347. Now, we followed up with the TBI asking if they could provide details about the nature of the tip, if anything substantiated from it, and how long it had been since their agents followed up on a lead like this in the field. The spokesperson couldn't tell us those details, but said that agents follow up on leads as they come in, and the investigation remains active and ongoing. Now, this is the first update outside of law enforcement sharing age-progressed photos and ensuring the case is not cold and that they haven't forgotten about Summer. We also reached out to the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, Ronnie Lawson, and have yet to hear back from him or his office. It's important to note, though, that there is still an active Amber Alert for Summer, and no one has been arrested or charged in connection to her disappearance.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation.
All right, so there we go. We got some good news. Finally, some good news. Finally, some good news. So I'm going to just do something I don't normally do. Hi, Colleen. I'm going to jump right into this. Tell me in the chat what you think this is. Hi, videos. Flush the shit. That's right. Thank you, honey. What do you guys think? What is your personal opinion? What is your personal theories? I'm not smiling large. I'm not smiling large today. So what do you think? What are your opinions? I don't know if I want to dive right into this stuff right now or not. I really just don't know. I don't know. You guys know what I'm going to say too. If you know me well enough, you know what I'm going to say. Yeah, like on the whole thing on the search. What do you think? Do you think it's a tip that they followed up on? Do you think they actually found something? What is your gut instinct telling you? Justice is coming soon. That's what I'm getting to. Yeah. Just my instinct is saying that, yes. I think they have finally got something that is worthy of their attention. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, let's put it this way, it all matches up to everything I've been freaking saying too, which I guess I'll say, I guess I'll say it. So, disclaimer, all this stuff. Allegedly, my opinion, this is just my readings. Never, ever, ever take my readings as fact. They are not fact. They can never be proven as fact. Don't take anything I say as fact unless I'm stating it as like straight from law enforcement or the news. Anyways, a lot of you know now for a long time now, probably I would say it's on my channel. I have everything on my channel under private. Everything's like locked down. I think it was 2.5 years ago, roughly. I started getting the vibes from my readings. I kept getting Robert Picton. Those of you that know what I'm talking about, I might actually pull it up so you guys know. I'd sit and do a reading for summer and I kept getting pig farmer, hog farmer, pig farmer, Robert Picton over and over and over again. That's what my guides kept showing me. Robert Picton, Robert Picton. A hog farm. And let's just say a really bad scene. I'm not going to get into graphic detail like other people do. Really bad scene. And that the persons involved know the area like the back of their hand. They know every single foot of the area. They grew up there. They know the pits are there. They know the hog pits are there. They know it. They know. Okay? So the news comes out today and everything. Ryan Finds Truth did a little bit of digging and spoke to one person, a source, that told him that the owners of the land or the area, we don't know exactly what property was searched on Van Hill. They don't know exactly. They just say 3500 block. So there could be several properties along there. Doesn't matter. It's still that chunk of area. Okay. Well, one of those properties there either still is or at one point was a hog farm, according to the source that talked to Ryan today. So there is no other confirmation of that at this time. Maybe down the road we might get more confirmation and stuff. We'll see what happens. But when I heard Ryan say that today, I actually had to go and throw up. I had to run and vomit. Like, finally getting what I've been getting. I'm finally getting possibly a connection here. Like, this could possibly, pray, everybody please pray that this is it. Or they have found something. Please pray. And the other connection to it was there is a vehicle junkyard just like the next property over. Vehicle auto junkyard next property over. And the people's last name is Hill. So we all know, and everybody knows, for the last 2.5 years, I've been flat out getting Fred Hill. Flat out getting that something has to do with Fred Hill. And Fred, if you're watching, I'm not saying you directly are the one that like did this to her. What I'm saying is, and I've been saying this all this time, those properties around there, up and down the holler, and well now down the next tall, like the next area over in Van Hill, I've believed since day one that private properties have been used to stash stuff, whether it's evidence, whether it's remains, stuff has been stashed, whether it be a weapon, but there is stuff stashed. And I've been battling the things I'm seeing, right? You guys, for 4 years now, you've been getting me to do readings on, do you have a new location for summer, right? Well, I do. I do get new things, but I don't understand why I'm getting the new things. And all this time, it's been extremely confusing for me. Well, now I know why. It's the shuffling around of stuff, okay? I believe I know what it is that's being shuffled around, but I'm not going to come out and be gruesome about it. Just put 2 and 2 together. So I've said this as well from the beginning. There is a group of people working together. I believe I actually get 5 people, a core group of 5 people, all covering each other's asses. They're all covering up for each other's poor lifestyle choices. Let's put it that way. So, and then about 2.5 years ago, before Karen, Fred's sister, searched 207, before that, I was picking up hog farm, hogs, pigs, hogs, cars, car parts, holes full of car parts. I was getting, like I was seeing just like a bins full of car parts buried into the ground. I worked for an auto wrecker for a while, so I know what I'm talking about. Tires in the ground, tires just shithole, junk everywhere. And hog farm. And the hog farm part, the hogs, I actually see them in my mind's eye. I see the pigs. And that aspect of it just got stronger and stronger and stronger. And then I got validation from people I know in the area that the residents at the end of Ben Hill, at one point in time, I don't know if they still do or what, but had hogs there. They had hogs, and apparently a hog pit where they would put the debris. So that's what I've been picking up on all this time. And well, holy Dinah, today this comes out, and I'm absolutely floored. Floored. So it's either there or there. There or there. But they've been shuffled back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There or there. They both match. One has a hog farm and a auto wrecking mess the next property over. The other one has a hog farm and an auto wrecking mess across the street. They both match. And they both have the last name. So All we can do is pray. Pray and pray and pray that this is something of importance. So I don't want to get people's hopes. I don't want to dash anyone's hopes, but I'm flat out reading that they're going to sit on this for a while. Like, we might not, I could be wrong, of course, but I'm getting that we're not going to hear about this for a while. They're going to sit on it. I'm getting there doing, this is my readings. They're doing the whole DNA thing, DNA matching, DNA checking. I hope I'm wrong and that we get answers like next week. That'd be fantastic. And I'll say this flat out. I've said it several times before, and I'm going to say it again. If it turns out that I am wrong on who I have named over the years as people that, at the very end and the court is over and everything, and these people are innocent, I will come out and do a public apology for whoever I named and I was wrong. Yeah, so I want to make that very clear. It is very difficult doing these cases, and sometimes you're hit and miss, sometimes you're bang on. And I have a feeling, I have a good feeling about my reading. So we'll see. We'll see. Try not to get my hopes up. And I don't want to dash all of your hopes either, like I just said. But we got to be realistic here. There's got to be realistic, the common sense here that we probably won't hear anything for a long time. We won't. Like, back, I guess it's been 2 years now when Karen searched 207 Ben Hill Road. And again, I will say it point blank, no, I was not on that property. I have never been to Tennessee in my entire life. Okay? Karen searched the property and sent me the videos of every single footstep she made on that land for a reason. Because look at the bullshit that's slinging now. Okay? So I have every single moment on video in case it's ever needed for some reason. So, and now I totally lost what I was even trying to say about that, though. What was my point on that? Oh, okay. My point on that, the reason why Karen asked me, she goes, do you think there is areas at my mom's place that need to be searched? And I said, absolutely, get your ass up there now. Because, like, say 6 months or so before Fred went to jail or prison or whatever he went to, Laura was jumping on panel on YouTube a lot. I think she was on Ziggy's channel. And I remember I popped on to the chat and I remember telling Ziggy to please tell Laura to check behind the sheds. Like, I was flat out getting check behind the sheds and that there was holes of car parts in the ground. And that stuff was intermixed in amongst those car parts. Whether it's a shirt or whether it's actual remains or whether it's a weapon, who knows what, but I was getting it's something of significance. So I remember point blank telling that message. Laura was on the panel, and I remember saying, please tell her to check there. So 6 months later, or whenever it was, when Fred goes to prison, then yes, of course, we're going to look and see if there's something there. And I'm not going to get into all of that about what was found. But let's just say TBI came. That's all I'm going to say. It was worth the searching for Summer. It was worth every second of the effort looking for her. It doesn't matter where people search, as long as the effort is being made. People shouldn't be criticized for physically being on the ground looking for a missing person. Period. So I still flat out getting that people used people's private properties in that holler on purpose to hide stuff because it's a bitch to get them searched. Simple as that. You either need a warrant or the person's permissions, or and what happens if they don't give permission, which happened a lot. It's common sense. The criminals know that. And the criminals know that the landowners, probably 95% of the time, have no freaking idea anything's hidden under their hay bales. Especially the hay bales that have been sitting there for 20 years. So, yeah. So today's news, well, they searched on the 13th. For some reason, it really exploded today all over YouTube. I'm not sure why it exploded today. But they did it on the 13th. So it's been 4 days. 4 full days since. But yeah. So I am feeling optimistic, trying to stay positive about it, but I'm also trying to be realistic. And just that even if they have found something, we might not hear anything for a long time. You know? Hi, Be Real. I actually have the video of the hair that was found at 207, and it was not blonde hair. I never ever once said it was Summer. Summer didn't have long hair. Her head was shaved. It was a woman, probably. It was long hair. So even back then, I never once said it was blonde hair or anything like that. Never once said it was Summer. I'd be shitting my pants if I thought it was Summer. And if I thought it was Summer, I would never have said a word. Never have ever said a word. So yeah. Hi, Donna. Hi, Miss Batman. So yeah, so everybody just please try to stay positive, send prayers, and everybody try and send positive thoughts out there. Put positivity in the atmosphere, manifest good thoughts that positivity is going to come from this. But all the clues in my readings are matching right up, and it's kind of blowing my mind. So please, 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 God, please Um, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We've been waiting a long time for today to come. Any sort of news for, hi, Tina girl. Right, Candace didn't have long hair either. No. Well, she kind of did, but it wasn't that. No. And I'm not even going to talk about what I suspect it was that we found. Okay, that's a whole nother topic. Just flat out, it wasn't Summer. Okay, it was, well, somebody else, most likely female. Yeah. Ah, thank you, T. Thank you so much, hon. I appreciate you having my back all this time. Thank you so much. I try to be as accurate as I can, and I'm not the type of psychic that comes out here and does these big hoopla readings. And I come out and I'll say things as I go from what I've noticed. Like, I don't ever sit down and do a reading. You guys know that. I'll come on, I'll be like, okay, I'm getting this, this, and this. And that's just how I am. Like, that's probably why my channel has not gotten huge. Because I just, I'm not going to get into the whole psychic thing right now, but let's just put it this way. I am absolutely appalled with the behavior that's been going down lately with people in the same genre as me. Absolutely disgusted and appalled. And it makes me want to, like, never have anything to do with it ever again. Like, back the hell up. I've been saying that for a long time. You guys know that. But I know there's many aspects where I'm correct. I know I'm right. I'm just not the one to come out here and boost and brag about it. And I have found missing people. Quite a few of them. But you don't see me bragging about it all over YouTube. And you don't ever see me naming who it is. And you will never, ever, ever hear me say, I solved a case. Because I haven't, and I never, ever will solve a case in my life. I am not law enforcement. I am not a lawyer. No psychic on this planet has solved a case. Ever. They might get aspects of their readings correct, but that does not mean you have solved the case. And that's why people get upset and call you names. It actually has not to do with your ability. It's about how you are portraying yourself. That's what makes people really mad. And the profanity and the vulgar gruesomeness is off the charts. You have to do what you're doing as professionally as you can. And I've learned the hard way. I went off on a case a few years ago on YouTube and made an absolute fool of myself. Lesson learned, I would never, ever do it again. And I was 1000% wrong on that case. That I'll never understand why I was so wrong, but I think I know why, but that's for another day. And I had to apologize to the family because we had words. So that was a big lesson learned. Big, big. To never ever do that. Because you get nowhere with it. You don't make progress when you're rubbing salt in the wounds, you know? And also the other aspect of insulting law enforcement. If you want to have any chances out there as a medium or a psychic or whatever, in one of the hardest, I guess, professions to be in, if you're really professional, to get recognized, don't ever, ever, ever harass, insult, be rude to law enforcement. They are your friends. Like, holy shit. You want to get somewhere in the industry, you have to be nice to law enforcement and understand that if an officer is rude to you one day, well, he might have just saw someone get shot. He might have just helped a woman out of a domestic violence situation. Like, they're human too. And yes, they have bad days. I have had, oh my God, I have had my fair share with RCMP officers. Like, my fair share. But I have always treated them with respect and dignity and total grace for their jobs. Like, wow. They put their jobs on their lives on the line every single day. Nobody has a right to insult an officer of the law. Period. That's just how I am. And I have helped the RCMP with cases. I've proven it on my channel. But I'm going to say it point blank. I never, ever solved a case. Never. I helped a bit. I helped. And the only way I managed to get to even to the point I'm at now is I had to go through the families first. The families came to me, and then we got to the enforcement side. But if I was to call, well, I actually have a number I can call. I have a direct line I can call. But even then, they're still very iffy with me. Like if I was to call the RCMP right now and go, hey, this is psychic medium, blah, 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 they would laugh and hang up at me. Period. That's just the way it is. And that is actually a very frustrating aspect of trying to do what I do. Especially when you have 100 other psychics calling them as well and making them even more mad. That's why I've told so many of you, I'm done. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done. Unless, of course, it's something right here in my town, then yes, I'll jump on it immediately. And the families contact me. I get contacted a lot. So, of course, I will help them. It's extremely frustrating. But so today, again, was like another bit of a validation for me if this turns out to be what this really is. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. Pray that they have found something for Summer. Shit, and maybe Rose. Wouldn't that be fantastic if they found something about Summer and Rose? So I'll just keep saying that to everybody. Please put your highest prayers up there that you can. Hard, like everybody. We need thousands of people to pray at once, and hopefully something positive will come. Yeah, so I hope that makes sense. I'm just got a lot to say today. Or writing 500 pages of emails. Exactly, T. Thank you. All it does is piss them off. Like it just pisses them off. And then I get compared to that other psychic. I've been dealing with that bullshit for 4 years. When I was here before them. It's really, really, really frustrating. But I just try and stay in my own little lane here and try and do my own little thing and try and get whatever I can done and help in some kind of way. But I learned over the years, you do not call law enforcement. You do not harass them. Oh my God, no. You have to treat them with respect and kindness. And sometimes you will get an officer that will do the same to you. I have actually had sit down, face-to-face, one-on-one meetings with RCMP officers. And they had notes and were writing down everything I said. But I had to earn my way into that little bit of respect, I guess. Well, not even respect. Just a little bit of, oh my God, they might listen to me. And once in a while, somebody will. But if you are rude, you can just shot your chances right out the door. It'll never, ever happen for you. Never. Never. So those that keep calling TBI and FBI and all that, I'm sure they've got your name now and you're on file and you got a big red flag beside your name. They keep track. They do. They know who you are. So like the receptionist or whatever they do, put your name in the computer, bam, this person's called 34 times. So yeah, I don't know. That's a little bit of advice from me, I guess. Some little psychic up in northern North America, and well, I don't make money doing what I do. I have not once ever charged money to help look for missing person, and never, ever, ever would. On the contrary, I gave them money and helped them out. Never, ever would I ask for money from a family that has a missing loved one. Can you? I can't even I can't even fathom the gall of that. I can't. Like the whole point of having a special ability and using that special ability is to help people find, at least this is on what I've picked, okay? I have learned this is what I have two specialties. One of them is looking for missing people. Two is medical readings. You know that. I have been given this gift for some reason. And I firmly believe it's like I don't know how to explain this to people that are spiritual, and you'll understand. I feel like I'm almost like passing on a bit of like a grace from their higher power. Like, how do I explain what I'm trying to say? The whole point of helping the people find their loved ones is so their loved ones can have dignity and a burial and closure, and so the families can have closure and start to heal, I guess, right? And it's the whole spiritual healing process as well. So the only thing I ever ask of families that I've helped, and it is the very, very, very most satisfying thing I've ever had in my life, is when you have a mother standing there and their loved one has been found. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. The most satisfying thing is to be able to stand there and hug them. Give them the most intense hug you can give them as they're breaking down. But you've been able to give them closure. I hope that makes sense. But on the other hand, though, it's also extremely difficult to do. It's so, so difficult to do. Some cases, I'm totally wrong. And I'm like, why the hell was I so wrong? It's just really hard to, it's hard to understand why I wasn't hearing what I'm being told clearly. But then there's other cases where it's like, okay, you need to go to West 5th Avenue and Burrard Street. In fifth building on the 5th floor. Once in a while, it's that bang on. So I need to take those bang on moments. And of course, I have to do what I do. Makes sense? Makes sense. Okay, good. Thank you. So, and I'm not trying to like thanks, Kat. Thanks. I'm not trying to yeah. I have been given this gift for some reason. It's to help, obviously. One sec. Honey is saying goodnight. Good night, babe. Well, I'm getting into it. I'm getting deep. It's been a long day for me today. Oh my God. The one thing I've told you many of you this before. You know what makes me think that I have gotten my gift, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, intuition, gift, whatever, to this point? I had a near-death experience in 2004, and it changed my life. Like, it completely 1,000,000% changed my life. And I firmly believe it did something. It did something. It opened something up. It opened up the door. It did something. I remember being on the other side and them telling me, no, Tara, you got to go back. You got to hire. You have, and I've told many of you this quote, you have a very important task to do. And at the time, I was only like 25. I had no idea what that meant. And boy, was I angry when I came back. I was so pissed off. I was angry for a good 3 years. Like, it took me that long to get over the fact that I was back on this hellhole. Like, yeah. Anyways, long story short, I got very spiritual. I did years and years and years of meditation, Buddhist practice, all kinds of stuff. And here I am now. And my ability is not great. Like, I just, once in a while, I'm bang on stuff. I'm still learning how to communicate with my guides. Like, I'm constantly looking for ways to hear them better. How do I communicate with them quicker? Quicker is a big thing, and more efficiently. Quicker, because when you're looking for a person, you need to know right now, like, as fast as possible. Like, there's been times where I've gotten a phone call and Savvy and I have run out the door looking for someone. So it's got to be quick. And So it's still trial and error for me, and I've been told it's going to be just a continuing process for the rest of my life. Like that's just the way it is. So yeah, it's harder summer to work because she's younger. No, age, it doesn't matter. At least for me, it doesn't matter. No, doesn't matter. Even like if I'm trying to tune into a child that's like really young, like say 2 years old or so, the higher guides, like my guides up there, most of the time it's relatives. Like I've had 17 relatives die in my lifetime. That could be why I've got some sort of connection, because they're all here going, "Hey, Tara, listen," and they're right. So, but when it comes to young children, they communicate for them. I don't know how else to explain it. They communicate for them, and it's the same with animals too. Like I can communicate animals, you guys know that, but I'm getting like, it's young human communication coming through for an animal. Like it's like a 3 or 4 year old speaking for an animal. That makes sense. Yeah, innocence. Yes. Yeah. It's just a matter of what I'm seeing is hard to deal with. Like Summer's case and Orrin and Orson's West. The readings I was picking up on these two cases were horrific. Absolutely horrific. And I'm not going to repeat it. There was times I did repeat some spirit box sessions I'd done, and I learned my lessons on that. Never again. I won't repeat it. It's too much. But all you can do is just pray that these monsters, they're going to get theirs. It's coming. Karma is going to really come for them. And I think they know it's coming. That's when they know it's coming. I was picking up today that somebody that I suspect is at least a person of interest was really nervous today. Really nervous. And they should be. Like, I'm surprised they're actually not running. Honestly, I'm surprised they're not on the run. Hopefully, law enforcement's actually watching all of these people now, as of like today. I hope they are. Because I see these people running like rats. So we'll have to wait and see. Be interesting to see what happens. Something is coming. Yeah. Animals, yeah. Animals come through. Cats, it's usually dogs and horses. I do horses really well, actually. I've gone and put my hands on horses, and I've read the horse just by touching them. Dogs and horses. Cats, though, I'm not getting as much, but it could be because I don't really like cats myself. So I don't get much from cats. Wild animals I get constantly. Summer and Sebastian deserve just. They all do. Michael Vaughn's finally getting justice. Thank you, God. Finally, good news. Again, Michael Vaughn's case, you guys know, like, I sent an email to the FBI at one point with the Wanderer's house, right? That White House, the greenhouse directly across the street. That was my point. I told the police to go there. You need to check the whole neighborhood. And that was like a year before they went to the Wanderers and searched the backyard. And I also got the name Dorothy correct. So, you miss you. Yeah. Sometimes animals are always with you. I tell that everybody. It's the same with your loved ones too. Your loved ones. We're not going to get into it right now, but your loved ones come and go. It depends on the phase. They're at certain stages up in heaven. But animals are always with you. Always. So if your dog had a certain spot that it would lay, like where you had its bed, it's still there. Always try and find comfort in that, knowing that your Bruno is still there. Yeah. Hi, Phoebe. Yes. Yes, Krista. Yeah. Yes. Well, you're meditating before bed. Excellent. That's really good news. That's good. Meditating before bed is really good for your health. You sleep so well. Yeah, you're supposed to meditate before bed, and when you get up in the morning. Get up in the morning and actually, I've never been able to do it. Oh my gosh, I cannot do it. Like, never been able to do it. But you're supposed to get up in the morning and sit and meditate for like a half an hour before you even get up and get your coffee. Nah, never been able to do it. I can't even fathom getting up and not getting my coffee. No. But nighttime is fantastic, and there's other during the day too. If you've got free time, give yourself 10 minutes, sit down and meditate for 10 minutes. It's really good for you. Thanks for being here. Everybody hit the thumbs up for me, please. So anyways, I'm just talking a lot of everything right now. Wow, you guys. Let's see. How can somebody do it without I can't even fathom doing it without coffee. I'm one of those people, I'll be smashing into walls in the morning if I don't have my coffee. Like Savvy will tell you, Tara I smash into the walls. Yeah. Coffee makes you go to sleep. See, it does me too sometimes. Tea doesn't keep me awake at all. Like I could have some right now. Me too, Phoebe. Hi, Got Change. Thank you for being here. So, yeah. That's all I got to say, really. I just wanted to pop on and address everything and talk about it. And you lay in bed and really convince myself I need a job. But it's like that limbo phase. Yeah, I get ya. Yep. Your time will come, Krista. You're very welcome, everybody. You're very welcome. I will be back on more often. I told you guys I literally got frickin' laid off yesterday. I'm absolutely livid about it. Livid. So, but I'm dealing with family emergency right now. So, I'm hoping I'm okay tomorrow. And as of tomorrow, you guys got me full time. And Canada, my business in Canada is still going. But Trumpy, I hate you, Donald Trump. I hate you. And I cannot wait until you're gone so I can get back to business. So, hi, Colette. That's good. Good job. You've had me on my mind. Aw. Well, it's so nice to hear that. You too, Colette. You too, honey. You too. Okay, peeps. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to go watch The Golden Bachelor. You want to get your mind off something? Go watch The Golden Bachelor. Okay, everybody. I love you all. Everybody sit and say 5 minutes of prayers for Summer tonight, please, before you go to bed. Or whatever you do, pray, meditate, whatever you do. Manifest positive thoughts. Everybody do it, please. They're listening. Okay. Ciao, bye.